Take a look at these pictures here. See how there are two rivers now, but they merge and become one. Other than that, take for example these two railway tracks. They end up merging together and going in one direction. Now you must be wondering, what does culture mean? Well, culture is nothing but a set of values that people shape their lives with. So some of the aspects which shape our cultures are the type of festivals that we have, the food we eat, the music we listen to, the type of dance form that we practice, the paintings we see, and the clothes we wear. So these are all part of our culture. Now you must be knowing that India is also known as the land of diversity. Why is it so? It's so because we have so many different religions in our country, the various types of costumes that people wear, the different languages. For example, people in Spain only speak Spanish, right? But when you talk about Indian languages, there are many different Indian languages, right? Other than that, our food habits also differ according to our cultures. So why is it so? Well, you'd be surprised to know that India has another name. It's also known as the land of invasions and migrators. Why is it so? Well, because at different points of time, many people migrated and settled in India. Why? Probably because of various different geographical features, its climate, the natural resources, and many other features. So, many people from outside came and settled in India. Now, because of so many people coming in, their cultures also came in with them, and so many different cultures mixed with each other. Let's see what happened after it. Now, in 1600 BCE, what was happening? Well, these people came from Central Asia and started settling in the Indus Valley civilization, where another set of people were already living. So this was the emergence of an enriched culture. What happened? That people were already living in North India in the Indus Valley civilization. After this, the Aryans came from Central Asia and started settling in this North Indian portion. So as a result, what happened? Well, the Aryans culture mixed with the culture of these Indus Valley people. So this was the first time that this was happening in India. Two alien cultures intermingled with each other, which ultimately gave rise to the enriched culture. After this, in 6th century BCE, what happened is that two new cultures popped up. These were Buddhism and Jainism. So these two came out of Hinduism itself. So we see how three different cultures, Hinduism, Jainism, and Buddhism, started coexisting. Buddhism was founded by Gautama Buddha, whereas Jainism was founded by Mahavira. Now later on in 52 AD, Saint Thomas, who was one of the 12 apostles of Jesus Christ, he came to India in a part in Kerala, after which he set up some Christian communities in the coastal regions. Later on in the 16th century, when the Europeans arrived to India, they firmly established Christianity here. This marked the beginning of European culture in India, or as we will later on come to know, modern India. Now after this, in the 7th century, new people came into India. These were Parsis who migrated and settled here in India after coming from modern day Iran. So what had happened is that these people who had come, they had a new religion. They were followers of Zoroastrianism and they settled right here in India. Now, Muslim invasion happened in India in the 12th century. With the coming in of Muslims, what had happened is that new colors were added to our composite culture. With the coming in of Muslims, new set of values also started to develop, and we got some mixed cultures after this. Now take a look at this timeline. With this we can understand the various cultures that started to develop in India, starting with the coming in of Aryans in around 1600 BCE, after which in 6th century BCE, Buddhism and Jainism emerged in India. Later, in 52 AD, Saint Thomas introduced Christianity in India, and in the 7th century AD, Parsis started migrating to India. Then later on in 12th century AD, Muslim invasions happened in India, with which the culture of the Middle East also came into India. Now, we already know that Indian culture has taken ideas and has been influenced by civilizations across the world, right? However, after a point of time, India became a secular country with its own faith, belief system, religions, ideas, etc. However, as we've already seen in previous chapters, how Afghan and Turkish rulers came into India and decided to settle here. What happened after this? Well, once they settled here, something new happened. Two new cultures started mixing with each other. This was the Hindus and the Muslims. And so when these two cultures mixed, the Muslim culture mixed with the Hindu culture, a new culture developed in medieval India, the result of which can be seen from that time's architecture, music, and even literature. So once the Muslim and the Hindu culture mixed, they imbibed the good, the positive things from each other's culture, and a new culture was born. For example, I'm sure today we would all love to eat a plate of biryani. But do we know where biryani came from? Well, for example, the entire Mughlai cuisine was developed after the people from Central Asia came and settled in India. That is how we get biryani. Take samosa for example. Do you know where samosas came from? When the Turkish people came to India, these samosas had meat fillings on the inside. But it became such a popular hit in India that its meat was replaced by spiced potato, which again became a hit, and people even in this day and age eat these things. So we can understand that composite culture has such a positive effect. Another example would be the poet and singer Amer Khusrao. He started new ragas and new type of singing as well. But he also invented tabla. How did he do that? Well, pakhavaj was an Indian instrument which he cut in two halves, resulting in tabla. So this is just another example of composite culture. Other than that, veena, which was an Indian instrument, merged with tambura, which was an Iranian instrument, resulting in the invention of sitar. Other than that, even the Mughal courts were influenced by Hinduism. How? Well, take a look at this painting here. Here you can see Jahangir playing Holi with the women of his court. In fact, even Akbar believed in the merging of different cultures. That is why he had Dini Ilahi, or the religion of God, in which he had taken parts of various different religions that were there in India at that point of time and merged it all together. So with that, we can understand there are countless examples of the merging of Hindu culture with Muslim culture. However, when such huge cultures collide with each other, there must be problems arising, right? But at that same point of time in medieval India, something new was developing. These were the Sufi movement and the Bhakti movement. So both of these Sufi and Bhakti movements emphasized on the feeling of universal brotherhood and religious tolerance. So basically both of these movements were telling people to be peaceful regarding others' culture. Other than that, it was an environment of mutual love and respect which was created within the society so that people lived much more peacefully. So what did Sufism exactly say? Sufism said that God is beyond any religious distinction. Now remember what we just talked about. We learnt about Akbar's Dini Ilahi, or the religion of God. What did he exactly mean by that, or why did he start that? Well, his principle was for this new religion was based on the ideas of Sufism, which was combined teachings from all other religions. So basically combined teachings from various different religions such as Hinduism, Christianity, Parsi, Jainism and Buddhism, and he did so that all the religions coexisted peacefully and there was equality. So the making of composite culture took us many years, and there were two major movements because of which we were able to achieve this feat. These were the Sufi movement and the Bhakti movement. Both of these movements taught us religious tolerance and also the concept of universal brotherhood. And it is because of these movements that today we live in unity despite the various diversities that exist in our country today. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon. You can also register for free on DeltaStep.com or download the DeltaStep app and get easy access to more than 5,000 amazing videos as per your school syllabus. Master each topic with our adaptive practice technology. Get million+ questions with step-by-step solutions and unlimited mock tests. Get all your doubts resolved instantly. Learn via games, and get a chance to win amazing prizes like PlayStations and iPads. So, at DeltaStep, learning is not just fun and easy, it's rewarding too. So, register for free now.